Adonenu, mורנו, ורבינו, המשיח, לעולם. Welcome to the summary of the weekly Dvar Malchus, sicha from the shabbas, Parshas Vayikra, Shalom. The Rebbe Moshiach Shlit starts off with the fact that this week's shabbas, we take out 3 sefer Torah. First shabbas, first sefer Torah, we read Parshas Vayikra. The second one, we read the Kriya of Rosh Chodesh. The third sefer, read Parshas Chodesh. Every single year on Simchas Torah, we take out also 3 sefer Torah. However, in certain years, when there's a unique kviyas, we take out 3 sefer Torah a second time. For example, on Rosh Chodesh, Nisan falls on Shabbos. Rebbe Malchus says, what's Torah? And for us to serve Hashem, from this we take out 3 sefer Torah. Now, what's the whole idea of taking out a sefer Torah? The whole idea of taking out a sefer Torah, like we see in the Psukim, and we say when we open up the Chodesh, we say, Kuma Hashem. What's Moshe? There's a Moshe inside every single one of us. The Moshe says, Kuma Hashem, uplifting all ideas of Kedusha. And to spread away all your enemies, all the not good things, and more than that, turn them over into light. So understood that this week that we're taking out 3 sefer Torah means this whole idea is in a way of chazaka. However, this idea of taking out 3 sefer Torah, there's two ways of doing it. You have this to take out 3 sefer Torah on Simchas Torah every year, which corresponds to the Hanhaga Tivis, the natural behavior, like it's expressed in the second sefer Torah we read on the Simchas Torah. Bereshis bar Elokim, in the beginning Hashem created the world and nature. And you have another type of idea of taking out 3 sefer Torah during the month of Nisan, Rosh Chodesh Nisan, which is expressed in the third Torah we read, the month of Geula, redemption, of going out of the limitations of the world. And Haganis is a miraculous behavior. And it's unique that this we read in the third Sefer Torah, Chodesh Zelachem, the mitzvah of Chodesh Chodesh says that's the first mitzvah, it's first commandment. But what's the idea of a mitzvah? Mitzvah is a spiritual idea, it's something that's physical in this world. And nevertheless, this Chodesh of Geula is a first mitzvah. It means that the idea of the miracles permeates the world. And we said that this whole idea of the miraculous behavior is emphasized in all 3 sefer Torah. The third sefer Torah of Parshas Chodesh speak about the month of redemption that's going hard in the world. Then later on, we speak about Korban Pesach. What's the Pesach? Passover, to jump over, go over limitations of the world. The second sefer Torah we read on Rosh Chodesh Nisan on Shabbos is about Rosh Chodesh, new moon. It means it's something new. It's not the nature. It's a renewing, hard nature. What's the idea of Vayikra? Vayikra Hashem, I love. Hashem is calling to him. Who's to him? It's calling Moshe. And in the Chodesh it says Hashem is calling the Moshe inside every single person. Every single person have a day of Oil Meir. The day of Meir is the day of Das, is connection. That every single person have a connection with Hashem in a way that he can see Hashem. And this idea could have even in time of Galus. Just like in the Gulas, Jews will also now already see Hashem. That's the idea of going higher than the regular. The Rebbe Moshiach Shlit says that this idea with 3 sefer Torah of chazaka is not only chazaka for the idea of Kuma Hashem, having a miraculous behavior and adding in good, but also the idea of the chazaka of a miraculous behavior, turning over the not good into good. What do we say? This first of all, this month of Nisan, the word Nun, which stands for Nisan miracles, could also stand for the word Nafla, the falling and descent. Nevertheless, turned over to Nisan. And what do we read about in the third Sefer Torah? About a Chodesh Zelachem. We read about not having any chametz. Chametz symbolizes the Yetzer Hara, means expelling all evil from the world. What's the idea of the second Sefer Torah, Rosh Chodesh, the Karbanis? You have to bring the Rosh Chodesh. What's the whole idea of the Karbanis of Rosh Chodesh? It says, I'll say that Hashem by Rosh Chodesh made the moon smaller at the day of the descent, and the carbon of Rosh Chodesh is coming to be as an atonement, as a kapara for that descent. And also in this week's Parsha, the idea of Vayikra, it's talking about the idea of all the kabbanis, of chatas and asham, which someone brings for doing an avodah. And also in the Haftarah of Parshas Chodesh, we read about the carbon that the Nasi brings to the Beis Hamikdash every Rosh Chodesh as a kapara for the Jewish people. And according to this, we can understand what's the uniqueness of Rosh Chodesh. So there's a machlekes, the argument, when should you start learning the laws of Pesach? Some say a month before. Rabbi Shimon and Gamliel says 2 weeks before. Rebbe King Moshiach Shlit says that in our case, we are able to fulfill both opinions. That what? A month before Pesach, I still learning the laws of Pesach. However, when it comes, Rosh Chodesh Nisan 2 weeks before, I add into Hagonisis, the miraculous behavior, the much greater way. And not only grounding the idea of learning the laws of Pesach, but giving tzedakah, giving my shchita, to make sure that every single yid has what he needs for Pesach. That even if someone already gave tzedakah before and he gave meister and a chumash, he already gave more. When it comes to Chodesh Nisan, some miraculous behavior, it makes the get nechashbon, they can do even more than that. And this idea of the miraculous behavior is also emphasized in the Nasi, the leader of the Shevet Yehuda, which he brought the sacrifices to the Mishkan. Ban Rosh Chodesh, Nachshem ben Aminadav. Once he got Nachshem ben Aminadav, he was acting in a miraculous way. He was the first one that jumped into the Yam Suf when the Moshe told Jewish people to go. He jumped inside. And where does that show? It's a miraculous behavior. And also the idea of, his name is Aminadav. Aminadav means the idea of donation, the idea of giving tzedakah. And this idea is not only grounding the idea of kumash, of adding in goodness, also turning over the not good side into good. Like we see that the whole idea of a yam is a concealment. It means Hashem is concealed, and through machshem and jumping in, here's meiser nefesh, she's able to turn over the concealment to have an idea of almost disgust, the highest levels of Elikos. And so the idea of tzedakah, not dov, donation, the idea of tzedakah, being meiser nefesh, a miraculous behavior of giving tzedakah. And also, the tzedakah brings the gula, like it says, the tzedakah is mekanavis like gula. Rebbe King Moshiach Shlit says the main thing is just the decision that we'll take to add in tzedakah and to add learning Pesach. That will accomplish that great miracle of the gula mitzvah Hashem, when Hashem will gather all the Jewish people that ready by Pesach will already be sitting in the Beis Hamikdash, the Karm Pesach. And the main thing is the gula should come right now on shabbas, Rosh Chodesh, Nisan, and Parshas Vayikra. Why? Because Shabbos is the main of Yom Shvulei Shabbos, the end of the future. What's the idea of Vayikra al married? The Hashem is calling every Jew to al married. Shows that Hashem is calling every single Jew to Beis Hamikdash. Has to do with the Gula. The idea of Rosh Chodesh, a new moon shows in the renewing of the Jewish people. That's like by the Gula. This year, Tafshin Aleph is the word of the year. Tin Nosei should be uplifted. Calling on Mashiach's kingdom should be uplifted. And also the Rosh Tevis. Hayate Shashi Floi Sarenu. It's a day of miracle. So therefore, the Gula should come right now. And automatically, when time, the 14th of Nisan come, we'll already be in the Beis Hamikdash, we'll be singing and dancing. We'll have with the Zvachim, the Psachim, all the Karbonis, and we'll thank Hashem for our redemption. Like it says in the Agada, Baruch Atah Hashem, Go'al Yisrael. Echi Adonenu, Moreno, ורבינו, מלך המשיח לעולם ועד.